Here we are at the Gofflet's Oval in Donald. Start of the game between the Birchip-Watchem Bulls and Donald. Ball goes up. Nobody wins the tap. Ball comes out to Brown, who hand passes sideways. Picked up by Daniel Bell. The whistle's blown and umpires called it back, and a free kick going to Jesse Wallen for Donald. Wallen with a kick towards centre half forward. At the back of the pack though, the Bulls not able to pick it up cleanly. The ball plays pretty scrappy because it's wet. Kick forward by Donald. Picked up, hand pass over his shoulder back to Wallen. Snaps it in towards the goal, but it's picked up by the Bulls and carried out into the arms of Nick Rippon. He kicks it down the wing. The back is Lockie Ryan. He picks it up, hand passes sideways to player running past in Lockie Foot. He doesn't control it though, and it's turned over, and Hards for Donald gets a kick out. Across to Geddes. Hayden Geddes kicks it across to number 5 for Donald, and then Grant's got it. Blake Grant hand passes out. Kick by Donald. Doesn't find a teammate. And not able to pick it up. They're diving on it. Tap forward. Tried for the kick off the ground but missed the ball. This time though, the Bulls get a hurried kick and it's going to go out of bounds and will be thrown in forward flank area for Donald. Umpire throws it in. Hosking versus Brown. Nobody got the actual tap. Ball's on the ground. Right in the attacking zone, hand passed out. Bulls with a very short pass to Simmons. Simmons hand passes it back. Touched it on the ground this time, then a long hand pass forward. Doesn't quite go exactly right, and it's on the ground and being contested. Ball goes up, tap out to the Bulls. Hand pass across and a kick forward by the Bulls. Mark's taken, hand pass goes astray though, Wallen with it, but he's tackled and brought to the ground, and what's the umpire going to call here? Saying he didn't have a chance, so he's going to ball it up. Free kick going to Josh Potter for Donald. Josh Potter with a big kick going into no man's land and allowing the Bulls to turn it over and kick it forward. They're also kicking it right out into the middle, into the open. A hand pass across to Lockie Foot, running pass. He gets the short pass. Mark's not taken though, and Donald able to intercept and kick it across the ground. Pearce kicks it out, finds Geddes. Geddes kicks it forward. And another big kick down the wing. Looking for Stevenson, but he didn't get it, but a teammate does, and he kicks it forward. Donald still with it. The hand pass across to Darcy Reid for the Bulls. And then a short pass by the Bulls to the lead, and a good mark taken, and he takes off. Kicking it right across the ground. Been taken by Bell Warren though for Donald. He kicks it back. Butterfield for Donald kicks it out wide to the wing. The Bulls get it. Get rid of it just in time. Hosking picks it up, taps it forward. Bulls still with it. It's brought in. Donald now got it. Tries to hand pass over his head, but it goes to the Bulls. They kick it forward, and once again there's no mark, and it's over the line and will be thrown in. Right in front of the interchange bench there. Boundary with it. Potter versus Hosking. Potter looked like he got his hands to it down to Hards, but then it's intercepted by Simmons for the Bulls. He kicks it forward, but the umpire's blown his whistle. And what is it? Must be probably a kick to Simmons again, is it? Kick to Bulls anyway. He quickly hand passes off. Kick in towards centre half forward this time. There's no mark. Appealing for a free kick that wasn't given. A good hand pass across, but it didn't quite get to him, and it's allowed Donald to intercept it. They come down the outer side this time with a long kick on the wing, picked up cleanly by Donald. He tries to weave around. He does weave around. Eventually gets a hand pass out to Stevenson, who got a hand pass out. Then the Bulls have it, and now it's on the ground getting contested again. Stevenson for Donald versus Marshall Rippon for the Bulls, and the umpire says I'll ball it up, which he does. Tap down goes Hogan. Sean Hogan for the Bulls got the kick off. Daniel Bell on the ball for the Bulls, but it's pushed over the line and will be thrown in. This time the half forward flank area for the Bulls. Marshall Rippon gets a kick from that tap out, or that ball up, throw in. His brother Nick Rippon with it now, weaves around, kicks in towards the hot spot. Is there anyone there? There's people there, but there's no markers, and Donald have it. Shrugs off the tackle. That was Anderson, I think, for Donald. Hand passed out to Sean Hogan again. He goes for the short pass in this time. There's no mark. Picked up by Jesse Wallen for Donald again. Another kick out. Almost a mark to Stevenson, but it's picked up by Darcy Reid. Hand pass across and then back to Darcy Reid running towards goal. Shoots it into the area, and a good mark there to Nick Rippon, is it? No, Joe Reid. Great mark to Joe Reid for the Bulls, and he'll probably have a shot for a goal, but it's a pretty big angle, so it's one of those play-on type shots. Snaps it around, and he's put it through the middle, and the first score for the game is 1 goal to the Birchip-Watchem Bulls. Been playing nearly 8 minutes in this quarter, and the score is 1 goal, 0 behinds, 6 points to the Birchip-Watchem Bulls, leading Donald 0. Don't know why they do that countdown stuff, but anyway, that's what they're doing again today. We've been playing 8 minutes and 10 seconds into this first quarter. Bulls trying to force it out of the centre, and the umpires paid a free kick for holding the ball to Donald. Quickly play on. I think that was Hards that kicked it for Donald. Went to a pack. Donald has it and trying to push his way around, but can't get it out, and the umpire says I'll ball it up, thanks. Just inside the 50-metre arc, he throws it up, and the tap out comes down. This time Donald snapped towards goal, and what have they done? It's offline and through for 1 point. Kick in for the Bulls, taken by Angus Butterfield. Electing to go down the grandstand side on the railway side. Kicks it right down the wing. It's gone from that kick, and it's tapped forward still with, I reckon that was Darcy Reid getting it, still going forward. Now Nick Rippon kicks it in, looking for Edwards, I presume, and it's just gone over the line and will be thrown in. The forward pocket area this time for the Bulls. Big throw in. Quick snap off by Donald, but it's casually marked there at half forward flanked by Ty Colbert. He'll be kicking from 50 metres, but it looks like he's going to have a shot for goal for the Bulls. Very cold and drizzly here. He's taken for the pass. Mark's not taken though, and it's caused a turnover, so that Donald has the ball, but a great tackle there by Daniel Bell. Does it draw the free kick? Yes, it does. And he's now going to have a shot for goal. This time probably closer to 40 metre than 50, but still a fair way out and still a big angle, probably 45 metres out. Gets it into the goal square and it's forced through for a point. Kick in, going down the grandstand side again to a teammate by himself in Pearce. Daniel Pearce for Donald with the ball. He kicks further around. It's not taken cleanly though. Donald's still though in control with a big kick forward. Where is it? Can't see it. There it is. Andrew Brown trying to run it down by the look of it. Can he get it? Not quite, and it's forced over the line and will be thrown in the forward pocket. Area for Donald. Boundary with it, throws it in. Tap out going to Hosking for the Bulls. Bulls don't take advantage of it though, and it's probably going to either be a ball up or a rethrow. Throws it up. Quick kick comes off and it's over the line and out of bounds, but it's taken it another 20 or 30 metres around for the Bulls to clear it from the Donald goals. Throw in. Tap out going to Hosking. Yes, to Hosking, but it didn't clear it and they're all on top of it. Surely there'll be a ball up. Not cleared out from that ball up either. Eventually someone got a kick, but they've taken it down towards the boundary line and it'll be another throw in. This time right in Donald's attacking zone. Brown got the tap down to look like Geddes. No, must be Grant, is it? Blake Grant. The Donald with the kick towards goal. Only 25-30 metres out. He might have actually made it a 50-metre free, so he's directly in front with the man on the mark right on the scoreline. He kicks, and that is a goal to Donald, and it puts him in front at the 14-minute mark of the first quarter. Ooh. So 1 point lead, Donald 7. Sorry. It's not a 1 point lead. It's a 1 point. Well, it is a 1 point lead to the Bulls. 1 point ahead. They're 1-1. Where'd that kick go? There it is. Right down in the Bulls' attack. A hand pass across, snapped towards goal by Joe Reid. Or it might have been a pass across, but either way, it didn't come off and it's gone out of bounds and will be thrown in near the boundary post. I think the Bulls might have the scoring end so far today. There's not a lot of breeze though, it doesn't feel like it. Kick by Hosking though is also offline and it's through for another point, this time for Donald to bring in. Looks like it's going to be Jesse Wallen bring it in for Donald. Just giving the ball a bit of a rub down there before he brings it in. Takes off. Big kick towards the centre, and the umpire's found a free kick and he's paid it to Simmons, is it, for the Bulls? I'm not sure. Might be Lockie Foot. Anyway, the kick goes out further. It's not cleanly marked. It's on the ground and they're trying to get it out, but they have done. The Bulls got it clear, but Donald has picked it up, hand passed across. And there's no clearing kick, and it's a free kick been awarded to the Bulls. They quickly play forward. The back of the pack is Colbert, and a snap there by Austin Dean just off line, and through for a point. Back in play on the forward flank area, but it's gone straight to the Bulls again. And he goes back and takes a quick kick right in towards the goal square, goes over the back and forced through again for another point. So there is a bit of a breeze blowing towards that goal area. The Bulls not making the most of it so far. Too many points being kicked, and the mark at the back going to Ben Hogan for the Bulls. Umpire's called play on. Kicks a big kick, almost a mark to the Bulls, but not quite. Kicked into their attacking zone though, and this time it's been marked by Tom Houston for Donald. He kicks it out, looking for Hards. He doesn't pick it up cleanly, and it's carried over the line and will be thrown in just outside the 50-metre arc for the Bulls. Throw-in comes down. Donald get the tap. The Bulls pick it up. Quick kick by Simmons, finds a teammate in Joe Reid. He also finds a teammate in Lockie Ryan, who's going back to maybe take a shot here. From 45 metres out, directly off the front. Kicks to the goal square, and a solid mark in defence to Josh Potter. For Donald, he kicks it out wide to a teammate who quickly plays on, kicking out further around the wing area. Oh no, he centred it a little bit actually, and no team's really in control at the moment. A little bit of tunnel there. Great pick up by Simmons. He gets a hand pass off and then a short pass. Looking for Lockie Ryan again. Still chasing it, and it's going to be forced over the line and another throw in. Just about into time on here in the first quarter. Only one goal apiece. It may not be a long quarter. Donald able to clear that ball then, but it's been intercepted by the Bulls and they kick it forward. The mark's not taken though. Been intercepted by Bath. He hand passed it across to teammate. He's caught, and umpires paid a free kick to Daniel Bell for the Bulls. And looks like he's going to have a shot for goal from outside 50. It's a big kick. Kicks. And that's through the middle. That is a gigantic kick. That is a great goal to Donald. Sorry, to the Bulls at the just right on the 20-minute mark, so just into time on, and a much needed goal to the Bulls at this stage of the game. With the wind advantage and just about to swap ends, it's now Birchip-Watchem 2 goals, 4 behind, 16 points, leading Donald 1 goal, 0 behind, 6 points. So there's really not much in it at this stage. Bulls able to get around there and take time for a steadying kick, and finds Lockie Ryan, who plays on like he normally does. Kicks it into Ben Edwards. He doesn't mark it. Picked up by nobody. It's carried over the line and will be thrown in for a the Bulls got it. Nick Rippon snaps across his shoulder towards goal, but it's marked by Daniel Pearce in the back pocket, just in front of the point post. He kicks it out wide to Jesse Wallen. Wallen for Donald, going back for his kick. He's got a short pass lead there. The Bulls not taken cleanly though by Young. Comes out. Picked up by the Bulls across to Rippon again. He snaps in towards the goal area. And who's got it? Kick towards goal has resulted in another goal to the Bulls. I didn't see where that ball went there, but it's definitely another goal to the Bulls, and a good kick from right on the boundary. And so suddenly we've got 4 goals in this quarter, and we've been playing 22.5 minutes. So 1-0-6, trailing Birchip-Watchem 3-4-22, and we're back for the centre throw up. Tap out this time going to Potter, but snaffled up by Nick Rippon, who got a kick out, but Jesse Wallen's picked it up. He's caught just as he kicks it, and it's put his kick off, but Jamie Papalia got the kick for Donald, but it's been turned over, and Sean Hogan now kicks it forward. And then another kick forward by the Bulls. Not a mark this time, but picked up again by Butterfield across to Ty Colbert, and I think it was back to Butterfield, and then another kick in, and he's found a teammate. There's good team play for this sort of wet weather footy there to get a few quick marks like that in a row. Going back for the kick at goal. Nice looking kick, but off target and 3 for 1 behind. Hards this time kicks it in for Donald. Just a short pass. This time a bigger kick to a pack. Once again nobody controls it, and it's brought to the ground, and it will be a ball up. 24.5 minutes gone, so we're just about one maybe 2 minutes left in this quarter. The ball's broken free towards the centre, and the umpire's paid a free kick to Donald. They quickly play on with a hand pass out to Young, and then a kick forward to the centre half forward. Picked up by Bath, snaps towards goal, and he's put it through the middle for Donald. That's Ryan Bath scoring there for Donald in the dying stages of the first quarter, and bringing the scores back much closer. Scores are now, just wait for the scoreboard to settle down. 2-0-12, Donald trailing Birchip-Watchem 3-5-23, so it's an 11-point difference at the 25.5 minute mark of the first quarter. Still waiting on the ball to come back in. And the siren to blow any second now. Tap down. It's cleared out of the centre by Donald. And a short pass towards the scoring area didn't quite come off. Jake Noonan kicking it forward by the Bulls, and what's the umpire called? It's paid a free kick to Donald, I'd say, to Andrew Brown, the ruckman for Donald, well within scoring distance, and he could be kicking as the siren blows. 26.5 minutes gone. It's a pretty straight kick. Has he got the distance? He has, and that's suddenly only a 5-point difference at quarter time it'll be. I don't think there's enough time left for another score out of this quarter. It's on my time clock here, it's just going to pop over 27 minutes now. And we've had 6 goals, so maybe a little bit of time, but it'll have to be quick. So it's 3 goals, Donald, 18 points, trailing Birchip-Watchem 3-5-23. So a 5-point lead to the Bulls. And another ball up close to the centre. Cleared again by Donald out of the centre. A nice kick forward if Donald can get a mark here. They don't. They've still got the ball though. That's great play by Papalia to get it out and then to get it again and snap towards goal. And what have they done? Just offline and through for 1 point. And now 28 minutes has ticked over in this first quarter. Butterfield to bring the ball into play by the Bulls. And there goes the siren to end the first quarter. Scores are Donald, 3 goals, 1 behind, 19 points, trailing Birchip-Watchem, 3 goals, 5 behinds, 23 points. So a 4-point lead to the Bulls at quarter time, but I'd say the Bulls had the slight breeze advantage this quarter. Back for the first throw up of the quarter. Simmons clears it for the Bulls. Donald then get a kick forward. Nobody marks it though, it's on the ground. Papalia for Donald gets a kick out, but it's smothered. Long hand pass out by the Bulls. Oh, a big knock there for one of the Bulls players as well. Good play there by whoever that is for the Bulls, and a nice kick forward. And he's found Joe Reid. Joe Reid taking a good chest mark. Donald have turned it over though. They kick it into the centre to Hards. Hards for Donald, plays on. Big kick out the wing. One-on-one competition makes it hard. Bath in the lead, doesn't quite pick it up. Lockie Foot overruns it. Does pick the ball up. Hand pass across to Darcy Reid. Reed kicks it back. Good play there by Donald to keep control of the ball, or take control of the ball and kick it towards centre half forward. But the Bulls coming through with it again, hand pass across, run into all sorts of trouble, eventually get a hand pass out, and the umpire's paid too high, I think, and a free kick to the Bulls. They quickly play on, out looking for Nick Rippon, kicking it into the centre, half forward position. Donald able to pick it up though and is tackled. Long hand pass out to Nick Rippon again, running into goal. Kicks it, but he kicks offline and it's through for 1 point. First score of the quarter going to the Bulls after 2 minutes of play. Donald kicks it forward, nobody marks it, it goes over the pack. Teammate able to pick it up, he kicks it forward, going right out to the wing. And it's gone over the line before either Ben Pearce or Ben Hogan could get control of that. Simo passes across to Lockie Ryan for the Bulls. He kicks it forward, but it's intercepted and a mark is taken. Umpire eventually calls play on. It's coming down to the wing here, and it's taken over the line and out of bounds. Having a bit of trouble here with getting water on the lens, making it a little bit less clear. Ross Young takes off for Donald. Hand pass out by Donald. This time the Bulls have turned it over. The kick to Marshall Rippon. He kicks it down the wing. Player by himself. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can. No, he can't. And got to be a free kick, surely. The umpire's called play on. Must have been an advantage. No mark, and the umpire's paid another free kick. This time going to Ben Edwards for the Bulls. And he's almost directly in front, about 30 metres out, and will be shooting for the fourth goal for the Bulls. Kicks, crowd's pretty happy, and the goal umpire signals a goal at the roughly 5 minute mark of the first quarter, that second quarter, and the scores now move forward for the Bulls. Well, they will in a minute. Uh, 3-2 20 Donald, trailing Birchip-Watchem 4-6-30. So a 10-point lead to the Bulls at the 6 minute mark of the second quarter. It's very cold and wet here today, and a free kick there going to Daniel Bell for the Bulls. He quickly plays on, kicking it out to the forward pocket, but the mark is taken by Donald. They kick it across to Could have been Potter, I think, to Hards. Hand pass across again. This time a kick forward. Not taken, and the Bulls able to intercept when a hand pass off doesn't come off as well as it might. They get the ball back though, and this time with a centering kick, and a good solid mark taken though by Hayden Geddes for Donald. He kicks it into the attacking zone, tapped over by Brown. Can they force it through? Yes, they do, and that's a point to Donald. Just trying to clean a bit of stuff off the lens there. A little bit of fine spray from the rain. Blake Grant, right from the boundary, snaps towards goal, and it's through for another point. Ball's gone way out the back this time. Big kick down the outer side. Big leap by Brown, doesn't take the mark, but it comes across to Bell Warren. I think that was who kicked it for Donald, but the mark's paid to the Bulls. They go across the ground. Another big kick out there looking for Lockie Foote. He gets a hand pass across, but almost intercepted by Donald. Jesse Wallen's got it. Hand passes across, and then Donald go for the big kick in, and a great mark. Oh no, it's not paid, not a mark quite. Nearly a great mark to Noah Berry, but it stacks on the mill and the umpire will ball it up 40 metres out from the Donald goal, almost directly in front. Brown with a big thump forward. Kicked off the ground by the Bulls. Oh, that's nearly out in the full. Umpire standing right there and calls it out on the full, or signalled it out on the full. And I think they're paying the free kick to Noah Berry by the look of this for Donald. Right on the boundary, just on the 50-metre zone. He kicks into the attacking area. Big leap, no mark. Where's the ball? It's being kicked forward by the Bulls, but it's marked safely by Josh Potter. He goes for the short pass into the waiting arms of Ross Young. And he's going to be shooting for goal from 45 metres. He's been a prolific goal scorer for Donald. Can he do this one? Kicks. It's a big kick, but it's offline and through for a point. Bit of a reprieve there for the Bulls. Ball to be brought in from full back with a big kick and a solid mark to Josh Potter again. Almost too easy, that one, and a kick into Noah Berry. And 50 metres for knocking him over after he took the mark. And this is another certain goal for Donald. Noah Berry to kick with the man on the mark right on the score line. Short kick, and that's straight through the middle and a goal to Donald. Scores are now Donald 4-5-29, trailing Birchip-Watchem 4-6-30. So a point the difference, and we've been playing 12 minutes into the second term. Tap out going to the Bulls. They didn't clear it though. Hosking now trying to crash through, and the umpire's going to pay the free kick to Jesse Wallen for holding the ball or making no attempt, and a nice kick forward and a good mark to Stevenson, is it, for Donald? Yes, it is. Todd Stevenson for Donald. Ooh, just backed into a couple of his own players there. And where's he kicking from? 45 metres probably. Directly in front. Yeah, about 45 metres. But he's offline, and suddenly the scores are dead level. Donald 4-6, playing Birchip-Watchem 4-6, and 13 minutes gone in this quarter. And it is bitterly cold here. A little bit of rain and a little bit of a breeze, just making it feel colder than it probably is. Kick out wide's not marked, but it's kicked back in by Potter again, playing a good game for Donald. And Donald have it, but they're caught, and it's carried over the line. Oh no, he's paid a free kick for too high. Right, so Papaya for Donald, kicks it into the attacking zone. No mark, at the back is Andrew Brown, gets a hand pass out. The Bulls, though, able to make the most of that and clear it. And it's been forced over the line and out of bounds. Bulls once again get the ball through Rippon. He hand passes it forward, and then the kick goes down. It's not marked, comes out. The umpire's paid something, not sure what. They're all getting a bit scruffy there. And what's he paid? He's paid a free kick to Cooper Anderson for Donald. He quickly kicks it forward. Almost a one-handed mark there to Stevenson, but not quite. Ball goes over the pack when it comes back. Bell Warren caught with the ball, and a free kick's got to be paid to Lockie Ryan, who quickly hand passes off to Simmons running past. Gets the ball going quickly, and a good grab by Donald, but it wasn't paid as a mark. Marshall Rippon crashes through, well, weaves around and then crashed through, and surely that's a free kick. He dropped him, he didn't have the ball, but the kick comes out to Austin Dean for the Bulls. Inside 50. And if he's kicking for goal, it's going to be from probably a little bit more than 40 metres. Not much, but a little bit. And he's backing himself. He's going to have a shot here. From about 46 metres, by the look of it, almost a mark to Ben Edwards, but not quite, and it's carried through as a point. Donald bring it back in. It looks like the rain might have cleared up a little bit at the moment. Donald come out the side with a kick that doesn't actually work properly. Rippon in there with it for the Bulls, but then it's cleared just with a hurried kick, but it's gone back to Daniel Bell for the Bulls. His kick is to a lead, and the mark is taken by Joe Reid. And he'll also be kicking from about 45 metres for the Bulls. It's a nice looking kick, and it's another 6 points to the Bulls. And the score is now Donald 4-6-30, trailing Birchip-Watchem 5-7-37. With the central umpire throwing the ball up, Hosking versus Potter. Nobody won it. Nick Rippon steals the ball out of the centre for the Bulls. A big leap there over the top of the player, and no mark. Joe Reid with it, snaps it in towards the goal area. Cooper Anderson almost had it. Rippon with it. Oh, and a big thump into the goal post there by the two players that were tackling for the ball, and a free kick's been paid to Donald. They quickly play on, kick it across the ground. There's the lead there. Stevenson almost takes a good mark. Dodges around, runs away, weaves this way and that, and then eventually kicks it over his shoulder to Josh Potter. Josh Potter unable to gather it in. Bit of tunnel ball there by the Bulls, and the umpires found a free kick against Josh Potter to Myrick Buchanan. He quickly kicks it straight into Simmons, who also quickly kicks it straight into Rippon. And Marshall Rippon for the Bulls, directly in front. Oh no, he took the short pass, but it didn't come off as a mark this time, and the ball's been turned over. Donald almost had it. Austin Dean is that in there for the Bulls. Ty Colbert with it for the Bulls, and a big bandage on his head. He kicks it in towards the hot spot and finds Ben Edwards, who's probably going to have to play on. The umpire's lining him up. He's right on the boundary. No post to see through at all. He's going to have to play on. He does play on. Snaps towards goal. And the umpire says it's offline and only 1 point. Almost into time on here in the second quarter. Geddes this time to bring it in for Donald. Hayden Geddes. His kick going down the grandstand side looking for Stevenson, but it's intercepted by the Bulls and they go for the pass in, but the pass is taken by Donald and they kick it back, but it's also intercepted by Darcy Reid for the Bulls. So another turnover, and Reid with a long low pass to his brother Joe. He turns around and plays on with a kick in looking for Edwards, who takes the mark in the forward pocket area for the Bulls, and he'll have a shot for goal from 35 metres out on quite an angle. Shoots. Nice looking kick, and this time he's made no mistake, and that's a goal to the Bulls. It's a pretty handy goal. We're 1 minute into the time on period here at the Gofflet's Oval. And it's 4-6-30. Donald with the ball, just missed that centre bounce in after the goal. Ball's out on the wing. Ross Young, I think that is, with the ball at the moment, kicks it, dribbles forward and goes over the line and out of bounds and will be thrown in. Oh, no, it's not. It must have been, I'm not sure what, but it's a free kick to the Bulls anyway, and a quick pass in. Finesdale Hinkley, one of the rare times he doesn't hold the mark, but the Bulls still able to get the ball, and the umpires paid holding the ball this time against the Bulls, and a free kick to Papaya for Donald. He quickly kicks it in, there's no mark, it's on the ground. Donald, player there. Comes out the back to the Bulls, in trouble straight away. Surely it's going to be a ball up. And another ball up. 23.5 minutes in the second quarter. Not clearing it very well from those ball ups. A lot of pressure. Umpire throws it up again. This time there's a free kick against the Bulls, and Andrew Brown to take the kick. He could put a goal in here and bring the scores back a lot closer. Kicking from just over 40 metres, directly in front. Not quite getting the distance, I don't think, and it's touched through for a point. Butterfield again for the Bulls, bring it in. The back of the pack, the Bulls with it across to, I think that was Hinkley. He got another hand pass across, and then the Bulls gone forward. He's gone over the pack. Reed in the middle of it for the Bulls. Tackled by two Donald players. Daniel Pearce. And I think that was Logan Geddes as well. Hard's had the ball, but he's dispossessed. It's going backwards and forwards in the pack, and will be another ball up. Oh, someone's not looking too fit there for the Bulls. I think the umpire's calling a timeout. That's Mayrick Buchanan. He can hardly even stand up. Don't often see a player trying to go off like that. Didn't see exactly what happened there, but he's obviously been hit in the wrong spot fairly hard. Been one of the better players for the Bulls in the last few games. And the Bulls back in play. Free kick against Jesse Wallen, this time going to Lockie Ryan. I think he's called touched. Snap towards goal by Joe Reed. Hand passed out and the siren blows before they can score, and The half-time scores here at the Gough Flats Oval in Donald are: Donald 4 goals, 7 behinds, 31 points, trailing Birchip-Watchem 6 goals, 8, 44 points. So a 13-point lead to Birchip-Watchem at half-time. And we're back to start the third quarter. Young across to Wallen, across to Bath for Donald, and Papalia, and now the Bulls have turned it over, kicking it back towards the centre, but it's been marked by Donald. Bath, I think that was, kicks it in. The Bulls have it, but the ball's held to him, and it's going to be a ball up. And pass out and a big kick up in the air. Lucky foot, not quite able to get it, but he's held without it, and it's got to be a free kick surely. Oh, Warren wondering why he's getting the free kick. He had hold of his hand, he didn't have the ball. And the ball's out of bounds and will be thrown in centre wing position, out of side. Tap out, picked up by Nick Rippon, kicks it straight in towards the attacking zone, and it's forced through for a point before anyone could get to it, and it will be brought back in by the Donald team. Touches it to the ground and runs on, takes a bounce. And then a big kick. Nobody marks it, it's on the ground. Bulls with it. Hand pass out. This time, pass that didn't quite go exactly to the player, and the Bulls got it and was tackled, and must have been tackled too high, and it's been paid as a free kick to the Bulls. They quickly kick it back into attack. Nobody marks it, but it's picked up and cleverly kicked towards goal, but it's once again offline and through for 1 point. Once again going down the grandstand side with a short pass, and then a hand pass off. Tom Houston kicks it forward for Donald. You got a hand pass out. Donald still with the ball. Another hand pass across. Into trouble this time though. There's about 4 Bulls players on him, and it will be a ball up. In the centre of the ground on the grandstand side. Tap out going to Hosking for the Bulls. Not getting a good clearance though, and it will be another ball up. This time a free kick paid to Josh Potter for Donald. He kicks following the boundary, and that's a good mark, particularly in these conditions, going to Todd Stevenson, and player for the Bulls injured there. And where'd the ball go? Ball's gone out of bounds, and a free kick to Ryan Bath for Donald. And looks like he's going to have a shot for goal. Another player going off for the Bulls by the look of it. Didn't quite catch who that player was. Kicks. And it's just offline and through for a point. Can't quite see that number, so the ball's about to come back in again from that point. Pass in goes to Joe Reid for the Bulls. He kicks it further down the wing, looking for Lockie Foot, but it's once again over the line and out of bounds, and will be thrown in. By the boundary, there's the ball, the tap. It's not cleared again. Jesse Wallen off the ground. Clever play. Right down into the forward pocket, and it's forced over the line and will be thrown in. Tap down goes to the Bulls. Hand pass through. Stevenson dodged around about 3 players before he was tackled, and the free kick goes to the Bulls. Quickly play on. Long hand pass from Sean Hogan there to Lockie Foot. He gets a kick forward. Nobody's cleared it yet. Donald almost had control, but not quite. Hand pass back to Lockie Foot again. Another hand pass across to Sean Hogan, and another hand pass across to Ty Colbert. But it's on the ground, and everybody's running into trouble, and it'll be balled up. Quick kick forward, I think that was by Hogan again, and he's found Ben Edwards for the Bulls directly in front, 35 metres out, and this should be a goal to the Bulls. The rain seems to have subsided here at Donald. It's still very cold, the wind's very fresh, and it would be very slippery out there for the players. Nice kick, and another 6 points to the Bulls. Boundary umpire's waiting there on the ready to bring the ball straight back in. Go across and check the scores. Ben Edwards doing it well again today for the Bulls, so the score is Donald, 4 goals, 8 behinds, 32 points. Trailing Birchip-Watchem, 7 goals, 10 behinds, 52 points. So a 20-point lead to the Bulls at the 8.5 minute mark of the third term. The hand pass out. Donald with it. It's forced into a pack, and what's the umpire called? He's played a free kick, has he? Found a free kick to Papalia for Donald. On quite an angle, very big angle. But not too far out, probably 35 metres. Not a bad looking kick, but it's just offline and only a point. The Bulls coming down the outer side this time. Big lead there to Darcy Reid. The ball just went over the pack though and out of bounds, and it's just another throw-in. Tap down goes to Young. Kick in the air is marked by Papaya again. He's been right into this game the last few minutes. Having another shot for goal from a lot further out this time. Still a fair angle. Runs around. Kicks it high up into the air. There's a few leapers but no markers. And it's forced over the line next to the point post for a throw-in. There goes the ball, tapped down. Once again not cleared, and will result in another ball up. And a snap towards goal, and that's through the middle, and that could have been Blake Grant maybe. No, might be that fellow there with the drink. I'm not sure. Whatever it was, it's a goal to Donald. And how's the scoreline now is 5-9-39 Donald, trailing Birchip-Watchem 7-10-52. So keeping within touch. 13-point lead to the Bulls at the 12.5 minute mark of the third term. This time kicked forward by the Bulls. Nobody's able to grab it cleanly though, and when they do they're tackled, so it just results in another ball up. Tap out the back and a quick kick by Donald forward. But it's taken at the back of the pack by the Bulls and kicked across the ground to Lockie Foote, who quickly gets up, hand passes across to Sean Hogan. He turns and kicks on his left foot. Nice kick forward and a nice mark once again to Ben Edwards. This time out in front of the pack and able to control the ball, and he will be shooting for goal again from about 40 metres out. Directly in front, almost. Does his traditional hands up and down before he starts his run in. Nice high kick. Not getting the distance this time though, or the accuracy. And the ball's been forced over the line and will be thrown in the forward pocket area for the Bulls at the river end of the ground. Or the west end, I suppose. Boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Tapped by Josh Potter. Sends it straight back out of bounds. Or punched by Josh Potter, rather. For Donald. Potter versus Hosking in the ruck. Hosking got in front and got the ball down to a Bulls player, but his kick was quickly intercepted by about 5 different players at once and has resulted in another ball up, about 20 metres away from the Bulls' goal. tap down clearly to the Bulls this time. Can they get close enough to kick it through? They can, but it's only through for 1 point. And Donald with the ball to bring it into play. This time coming down the outer side with a long kick, and a nice kick and a nice mark to Todd Stevenson for Donald. Stevenson looking for who to kick it to. Kicks it further down the outer side. The man in front is Joe Reid for the Bulls, but he wasn't able to hold the mark, and it will be thrown in just about at the centre of the ground here. Umpire throws it in, tapped by Hoskins, but straight down to the ground, and everyone's stacking on it, and it will be a central umpire throw up this time. Simmons runs through, hand passes it across to Colbert. He kicks it to the centre where it's marked by Jack Lee. He goes back across to Simmons. Simmons takes his time, goes for the little pass forward to the lead. This time it's picked up by Rippon and kicked forward. I think that was Rippon, it might have been Bell, I'm not sure. It's kicked forward anyway and eventually forced over the line for a throw in just inside the 50-metre arc in the Bulls attacking zone, where it's been most of this quarter. Oh, a bit of a coat hanger there on Jesse Wallen and a free kick. It did stop him in his tracks, but it also stopped the momentum that the Bulls had, so the kick comes out, looking for Papalia, goes over the pack, and Noah Berry able to get a kick over his shoulder to a teammate, but not in a position to make the most of it, but he does now, and then a hand pass across to Young, and a kick forward is intercepted though. Hand passed off to Simmons, who cleverly taps it forward knowing he's under pressure, and another tap forward, but it's almost turned over, and not quite, but the umpire's now going to ball it up, so it was tapped out by Hoskins to Lockie Ryan, who hand passes it back, but it's gone astray, and Donald almost able to pick it up, but not quite this time. Kick forward by Sean Hogan, but his kick is intercepted, and Donald with a big kick forward and a well-judged kick and a good mark to Stevenson again. He turns and kicks to a player by himself. He plays on. That is Dyson Bell Warren with a kick into the goal square and almost a mark to the Donald player there, but not quite. And it's allowed the Bulls in. Jake Noonan taking the mark for the Bulls in defence. Taking his time looking for an option. He takes the hand pass, running past behind him. He goes for the big kick down, and it's forced over the line and will be thrown in by the boundary umpire. Kick going forward, but it's over the line now to bounce for a throw-in again on the outer side of the ground. This time slightly in favour of the Bulls. Throw in by Hoskins, cleverly gets it across to Darcy Reid. He kicks on his left foot, looking for the lead, goes over the pack. Sean Hogan there, can he pick it up before it's passed over? He does, but he's tackled. He gets a hand pass sideways. Another hand pass back. Snap towards goal. And just offline and marked What are we waiting for? The umpire's having a conference about whether it was a goal or a mark, and it's been paid as a mark. Kicks it way out the other side, and a big leap by Marshall Rippon, but can't quite keep it in play. He got control of the ball, but carried it over the line with the momentum from the leap and the mark. Thrown by the boundary. It's tapped down by the Bulls, but not picked up by them. Eventually it is, and a hurried kick out in front of the pack. Doesn't result in a big win for either side. It's once again a ball in the forward pocket for the Bulls. Been playing almost 1 minute of time on here in the third quarter, so things are set up for a pretty good final term, I'd say. Big kick forward by Donald looking for Blake Grant, but the ball was forced over the line and will be thrown in again. Waiting on the boundary, who's got the ball now. Throws it in. Donald came away with the ball from the tap, but didn't clear it. Kicked off the ground by the Bulls to a player who plays over his head, gets it to a teammate. He hurriedly kicks it forward, but once again it's gone out of bounds in the forward flank area, I'd say this time, not the pocket quite. Potter versus Hosking. Nick Rippon nearly took one too high, but Donald able to get a kick over their heads. And umpire's found a free kick here somewhere. Then he's called play on. And a big kick forward by the Bulls, so it must have been an advantage. It goes over the back. Kicked through the goals. I think that's Daniel Bell kicked it through the goals for the Bulls. And as I said, nearly 3 minutes of time on played in this quarter, and another goal to the Bulls. So that'll pull their lead away at three-quarter time, if we can get it up before they get the ball going. So 39 plays 58. Kick up to nowhere, marked by Jed Adams for Donald. His kick, oh yes, almost a mark, not quite. Hayden Geddes across to someone, across to Houston, who kicks it into the forward pocket area. I think that's Blake Grant underneath it for Donald, but they're not controlling the ball, and it will be a ball up. Bull travelling with the momentum of the Bulls at the moment, but suddenly that's changed and it's over the line and waiting for another throw-in. Kick off the ground by Donald. Looking for Papaya. He doesn't quite handle it though, and quick kick into the waiting arms of Lockie Ryan by a Bulls player. He's going back, takes a short pass forward, finds another teammate. He kicks it longer to a pack. Ball comes down, the Bulls hand pass across again. Good play by the Bulls. They found a teammate in Ripon who's weaved around a couple of players before he hand passes it off. Got that for goal for the Bulls, and resulting in another quick score. And we're now into 5.5 minutes into time on in this quarter. And a 25-point lead to the Bulls. And surely that's the last major score for the quarter. Ball goes up, tapped out by the Bulls. Picked up by almost by Hogan, and umpire throws it up, taps it out. Hogan this time doesn't quite hold it in properly, and kicked forward by the Bulls, and a snap towards goal has resulted in another point. Quick snap and makes a 26-point lead with Ross Young for the Donald team kicking it forward, but at the back of the pack it's marked by Hogan for the Bulls. He quickly kicks across to Sean Hogan this time. Donald able to grab the ball, but straight away tackled by Nick Rippon and pulled to the ground, and I think it was Nick Rippon, and it was resulted in a ball up. Ross Young in there for Donald with the ball. Hosking with a tap out the back, but the player with the ball is tackled and held to him, and it'll just result in another throw-in or throw-up. Tap down by Hosking again, and a clever hand pass out to the Bulls teammate didn't quite come off. Hogan in the sweet spot there for getting the ball, but once again it's forced over the line and will be thrown in. Picked up by Hogan again. He's played a great game for the Bulls today, Sean Hogan. He kicks it into the attacking zone and it's tapped through, and another point resulting just as the siren blows to end the quarter at 28 minutes and 40 odd seconds. Donald 5 goals, 9 behinds, 39 points, trailing Birchip-Watchem 9 goals, 12 behinds, 66 points, so a 37-point lead to the Bulls at three-quarter time. And we're off for the last quarter. Tap out going the Bulls' way. Quickly picked up, hand passed out, then kicked forward. Hand pass across to Ripon, running into an open goal, shoots, and just offline and through for 1 point. 20 seconds into the final term. Great attacking skills out of the centre there for the Bulls. Donald now with the ball, going forward. Quick kick forward this time. The lead's there, the mark's not taken though, and it's a turnover, and not Buchanan. It looked like it was a turnover, but the Donald team seems to have the ball. Now it's the Bulls with Butterfield. Another hand pass across to Lockie Foot. Hand pass back to Lockie Ryan. Kick by Ryan, goes up in the air. Hand passed off to Lockie Ryan, who hand passes it back. Can he keep it in play? Yes, a long hand pass forward. And a kick is marked by Jesse Wallen for Donald. He quickly passes it back where it came from, straight to Lockie Foot. Lockie Foot hand passes on to Lockie Ryan. He turns, kicks on his right foot with a big kick, and a good leap in front there by Donald player, but wasn't taken. That was Wallen again. Eventually, I think it was Ripon gets the kick out for the Bulls, and a falling down mark to Ben Edwards in front of goal, and could well result in another goal to the Bulls. He's probably 30 metres out. Bit of an angle. But we'll see what happens this time. There he goes. Now he's off for his run in. Got it all lined up there, but look at this. Kicks. And no, he hasn't. He's kicked it off to the right and through for another point, and Ryan Hards to bring it in for the Bulls, for Donald. He this time goes straight down the ground to a big pack. Nobody marks it. Oh, almost another kick forward. Not quite. This time there will be. Nice kick forward, but it's not marked again, but picked up by Stevenson, who weaves around, dodges about 4 players before he gets a wild hand pass out that's intercepted by the Bulls, and down to Nick Ripon to Lockie Ryan, looking for Ben Edwards again. This time Daniel Bell picks up the crumbs, shoots towards goal, and he's put it through the middle, and another goal to the Bulls. This time we're 3.5 minutes into term 4, or quarter 4. So a handy goal to the Bulls to hit this. Quarter going. Let's check those scores again with the Bulls. Could be going to drag further ahead. It's 5-9-39 Donald, trailing Birchip-Watchem 10-15 75. So 25 scoring shots, playing 14 in favour of the Bulls, and the Bulls getting the free kick at the centre here again. Marshall Ripon electing to go out wide. Big leap by his brother Nick, who doesn't quite hold it in. The Bulls still pushing forward, but it's been picked up by Ty Colbert for the Bulls. He kicks it in, and another marked, oh no, not quite, he didn't hold it, which is pretty unusual for Ben Edwards, and the ball's on the ground and will be thrown up 25 metres out from the Bulls' goal. Umpire with the ball. Thrown it up, and he wants to do it again, so he does. Up the ball goes, Hosking and Potter. Bulls have the ball through Nick Rippon, but he's tackled fiercely by a Donald player. And it will just be thrown up again. Oh no, it won't. It will be a free kick. To Jack Least. And once again offline and through for a point. Hards to bring it in again for Donald. This time going down the grandstand side to a lead, and a good mark by Jamie Papalia. Umpire calls play on. He dodges round, gets a hurried kick. Simmons got it out for the Bulls. The Bulls now gone forward for Donald. Ball up comes down. Bulls get a kick. And it's likely to be another ball up. Tap out by Hosking this time. Colbert in the lead. Picks it up eventually, gets a hand pass across. Oh, no, he doesn't. They played holding the ball, and a Donald player to take the free kick. With a big high kick and a good solid mark there in the pack. I think that was Stevenson, but I'm not sure. His kick is also marked and kicked straight in towards the goals and straight through the middle. And that is a quick goal to Donald there. 6-9. 45, is it? Something like that. Have a look at the scores here. (6-9-45) Donald, trailing Birchip-Watchem 10-16-76. So still a 31-point lead, which is a 5 or 6 goal lead, depending on how you want to look at it, for the Bulls. And we've been playing 8.5 minutes pretty much in the final term. The Bulls almost got a kick off there, but not quite. This time Austin Dean picks it up for the Bulls and does get a kick off. Nick Rippon, hand passed out, but it's been marked by Donald. They kick it out wide looking for Geddes. Hayden Geddes picks it up, passes forward, and almost a mark to Hards, but the Bulls allowed in. Colbert for the Bulls kicks it forward. Was intercepted but not marked. Nick Rippon got a hand pass out. Lockie Ryan going in there, but the Donald team has it, and he's caught with it, and the umpires paid a free kick to Lockie Ryan for the Bulls. He quickly plays on, just lobbing it into the goal square, and Ben Edwards almost took off then. The Donald players calling for him that he had taken off, and it did look a bit like it from here, but he stopped pretty quickly, and he's going to be put on a big angle and will shoot for goal from 20 metres out. And he doesn't change his angle there at all, and that's another goal to the Bulls, quickly answering that goal from Donald. 10 and a bit minutes gone, and that brings them up to a 6-goal plus lead now. Donald 6-9-45, trailing Birchip-Watchem 11-16-82. Hosking just grabs it in the ruck this time. It's held to him, and the umpire says, "My ball, please." Tap out, picked up by Donald, kicked by Jesse Wallen for Donald out wide. Jed Adams in the lead for Donald, but doesn't pick it up cleanly. Donald still have it though, hand pass back. And what are we doing? Just a ball up. And Nick Rippon got a quick kick as he was tackled. The ball going forward for the Bulls though, but it's out of bounds and will be thrown in just outside the 50-metre zone for the Bulls. Tapped over the back, but Donald able to pick the ball up and kick it forward, but it's a pretty wild kick, and it didn't look like it was to anyone in particular, but Donald are still in the lead for it. Eventually though, the Bulls overtake that lead and get a hurried kick. Whoops, where are we? There it is. Almost in the back to a Donald player there. It's not paid. It's on the ground, and it will be another ball up. Tap out again by Hoskins. Neither team able to control it, and the umpire will ball it up. Hosking and Potter. Ball is going the Bulls' way. Whoa! Ran into a bit of a couple of people ran into a bit of solid opposition there, and the mark has been taken by a Donald player, and the kick has been given to Austin Dean, turned over. I'm not sure what it was for. Simmons hand passes it off, doesn't work as cleanly as it might, and allows Donald in with a kick forward, and the ball ending up out of bounds to be thrown in. Right in front of the camera here. Hosking grabs it, hand passes off to Lockie Ryan, who runs around, loses his opponent, and then kicks towards centre half forward. There's no mark. Jesse Wallen for Donald, looked like he was legged, but nothing was paid there. Sean Hogan to Ty Colbert for the Bulls, kicks forward and almost a mark to Rippon. He gets a hand pass out, a tap forward, picked up by Colbert again. A long hand pass across to Hosking, back to Ryan, kicked by Colbert. Donald now have their turn. They've got the ball and take a bit of time getting rid of the kick. The mark's not there though, and it goes over the line and will be thrown in. Tap out by Hosking. Hand passed across looking for Jack Lee. He picks it up on the run. Hand passes back to Sean Hogan, He kicks into the middle of no man's land. Jesse Wallen almost picked it up but didn't. He was tackled without the ball, and it will be a free kick to Donald. Jesse Wallen, one of their better players today, takes the ball, eventually runs forward and kicks it. He's bumped as he kicks it though, but a Donald player has it. He gets another quick kick forward to a player by himself. He turns and kicks it forward, finds a teammate. He kicks it long, but it's intercepted by Angus Butterfield for the Bulls. His little short pass kick goes into Hosking, who immediately hand passes it across to a teammate who kicks out wide, finds Lockie Foot. Lockie Foot hand passes into the player on his mark in Dyson Bell Warren. His kick goes forward and is marked, but the mark has been paid against him. I'm not sure what for, and eventually Joe Reed gets a kick out to Jack Lee. He takes off, kicks it forward, finds Ty Colbert. He goes forward again, and a good, it looked like it was going to be a good mark, but it wasn't held, and Donald have turned it over. And they've got Ben Pearce now kicking out, Daniel Pearce kicking out forward to a teammate on the wing. He turns and kicks as well, looking for Stevenson. Stevenson cleverly gets the ball and hand passes it forward, but it's gone wide and it will be thrown in on the far side of the ground from here. It's very cold here now, 17 minutes just about to tick over in this final term. Hosking outmanoeuvres the play there and gets a hand pass across to Colbert, who gets it across to Hogan, and then it gets forced over the line and will be thrown in. The ball spills out, the umpire's blown his whistle. I think he's going to just ball it up again though. It's just about to be cleared there, I'd say. Tap out going Donald's way this time. Pushed forward. Intercepted by the Bulls and kicked with a big kick. Picked up by Simmons. Hand pass forward by Marshall Rippon. And forced over the line and will be thrown in. Somewhere around the 50-metre arc. In in the Bulls attacking zone. Good tackling there by Donald player. Clearing kick by Tom Houston, but it's gone straight to Ty Colbert for the Bulls, so a turnover. Lockie Ryan gets cleaned up right on the Lockie Foot, gets cleaned up right on the 50-metre zone and gets a free kick. So he kicks it into the attacking zone, goes over the pack. The ball spills free, allows Darcy Reid to snap in towards the goal, but it's intercepted by Donald. Now I think that was Hards who kicked it out wide, and eventually it goes out of bounds for another throw-in in the Donald's half-back flank area. This time, good effort by Hosking to get the ball out, but eventually it was tied up again and will be another ball up. Not far from the Bulls' goal though. Tapped over his head this time by Hosking. Ball's been cleared out with a big kick forward for Donald. Everyone overruns it, allows Lockie Foot in for the hand pass to Darcy Reid. He kicks and it comes off the side of his boot, or maybe it doesn't. It goes into the arms of Ben Edwards, and he'll be shooting for goal from 30 metres out, right on the boundary. So what looked like the side of his boot might have been a deliberate effort, because it went exactly to Ben Edwards, who was leading there for the mark that he's now got and the goal that he's about to kick. And he has just missed it, and it's through for 1 point, and Ryan Hards to kick it in for Donald again, straight away finding his teammate. He also has a nice kick forward, but it's intercepted this time by a Bulls player. I reckon that's young Hogan again. He kicks it back, looking for Marshall Rippon, who doesn't take it. The ball is centred. Edwards with it, turns, snaps towards goal, but it's what? Nothing. Must have been smothered. And the umpire says, I'll ball it up, thanks. And we've been playing 21, nearly 22 minutes in this game, so a couple of minutes of time on already. There'll be probably 25 minutes at least in the quarter, so 3 minutes left. Lockie Ryan with it, hand passes across, kick in towards the scoring area, but it's marked in defence by Donald. They quickly play on with a kick across to Daniel Pearce. Daniel Pearce kicks down the wingish area, looking for Todd Stevenson, but he doesn't get it. It comes off the ground and it's out of bounds and will be thrown in. Still in the Bulls' half of the ground. Umpire comes in, throws. Tap down by Hosking, but it was intercepted straight away by Donald, and it will be another ball up. That was Morgan for Donald, Patrick Morgan. Tap forward by Donald again. This time Bath ridden into the ground for Donald, but he has the free kick. And good strong mark there to Jesse Wallen. He's taken quite a few good marks for the day for Donald. Looking for where to kick it, not sure. Umpire eventually calls play on. He kicks it to the centre half forward position, but the mark's taken there by Charlie Franks for the Bulls. He goes across the ground. Another kick across. Each of them finding a teammate. Players usually by themselves, and it's making the football look pretty easy for the Bulls at the minute. This time he plays on and goes for the big kick into the pack area. Nobody marks it. Soons to Colbert to Hogan, and just offline and through for a point. 24 and a half minutes gone in the final term. Only a couple of minutes left now, at most. Donald bring it back into play, not sure exactly where, so he comes out the far side, the outer side. Looking for Geddes. Hayden Geddes with the ball. Kicks further down the wing. No mark. And over the line, out of bounds. Players will be thankful when the siren blows, I think. And there it blows. The end of the game at 25.5-minute mark of the final term. And the score is, at the end of the game, Donald 6-9-45 were defeated by Birchip-Watchem 11-18-84. So a 39-point win to the Birchip-Watchem Bulls here at the Gofflet's Oval in Donald. Oh. Yes.